Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about 7 copywriting hacks that will double your conversions. Neil, why don't you go ahead and kick it off?
Within your headlines, consider integrating their city. You can use MaxMind, which is an IP service, and it'll integrate the person's city within your headline. So for example, if your headline is like, let's say I'm offering marketing services, it could be like, I'm looking to help grow a business in Las Vegas, Nevada. My only question is, will it be yours? And you would change Las Vegas, Nevada to the person's city. Works really well. I found that tactic to increase conversions well into the double-digit percentile. Sometimes I see it increase conversions by like 30, 40%.
Number 2, using specific statistics and numbers. Neil does a really good job of this. If you just use BuzzSumo, check out quicksprout.com or check out neilpatel.com, especially in some of his recent posts where he's analyzed tons of data. It's not just he's analyzed 1 million data points, it's 1,008,760 or something like that. I'm not even sure that's a complete number, but you get my point. You know, he's mixing it up. He's giving specific numbers, and he's not afraid to share. And people love it when there's actually numbers in there, especially myself. And Neil, you might have some statistics actually that you can share around you sharing, numbers in your headlines. Do you have any?
Yeah, I don't have specific statistics, but when we look at social share counts, we found that it works out better. So how-tos and numbers within headlines tend to do better. What are the numbers? I don't know. It can vary per post, but they tend to get way more shares, more traffic, and that really causes more sales in the long run.
Great. What's number 3?
Number 3, everyone believes copywriting is about being the best writer. It's not. Frank Kern taught me this, actually. It's about answering objections. You don't have to have the best copy. You don't have to be the best writer. If you answer all the objections that people have, your conversions will go through the roof. This impacts sales more than anything else on this podcast. Make sure that you answer objections. If you don't know what they are, use a tool like Qualaroo. Ask people like, hey, what else can we help you with? Why don't you purchase? What else would you like to see? Those type of questions. You'll get a list of objections. Go look for the most common ones and answer those objections within your copy.
So number 4, well, what's people's most favorite subject, right? It's themselves. So if you can include the name in your title, if you can include the name in the copy itself, that's going to include, at least at the very least, when it comes to having a good headline to get people to click through, people are going to click through because they're curious. They like seeing their name, right? And then if you're able to personalize it more inside of your post, well, even better, right? So include the name inside when it's relevant, when you can.
Number 5, show vulnerability. I recently tested this out. My conversions went up by over 20%. In my copy, I showed how I was making mistakes and what I changed to fix it. But showing vulnerability within my copy helped cause the potential buyers to relate to me. And funny enough, this worked in B2B, right? I know it works in B2C, but I never thought it would work in B2B type of companies. By showing vulnerability, people were like, oh, wow, this is crazy. Like I showed how all the time that I spent my whole career in marketing, I was just mainly focusing on traffic acquisition, and how a new entrepreneur who barely knew anything came by, didn't focus on traffic as much, had less than half the amount of traffic as me, and built a much bigger company. And I broke it down and I showed the stats to back up how he created a bigger company, showed vulnerability, showed what I learned, and then talked about the solution. And then I offered, the solution. But by showing that vulnerability, I ended up generating more sales.
And number 6, you want to give specific examples. We've talked about testimonials in the past. Talk about examples. Numbers are great as well. And another thing, you have all this other stuff. If you're including all these examples in there, you're trying to get people to a sale, you're trying to get people to take an action. Oftentimes, even today, people still forget to include a call to action. So include a call to action, move them to the next step. Could be a content upgrade, could be something else, whatever it is exactly, you want to move them to the next step, because even if you're the best writer in the world and if you're not pushing them to the next step, if you're not writing, you're persuading them with your copy, but if you're not moving them to the right step, you're failing as a marketer.
Number 7, we've talked about this many times. It's old. It will always work. It still works today. Storytelling. Some of the best converting copy is always stories. Don't forget to integrate stories into your copy. Think about a movie. Why are you willing to sit there for 2 hours? It's not the same thing in monotone. There's different pictures, different scenes, a lot of ups and downs. It's like an emotional roller coaster. Convey that through your copy, you will do well.
All right, that's it for today's episode of Marketing School. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.